So welcome to the Coffee Copywriting course. My name is Pao and I will be your coach for this entire duration of the course. So sino nga ba ako? Well, I am the CEO and founder of CourseBelt. So this is an e-learning platform na nagsimula nitong pandemic noong around May 2020. I started the business with only 1,000 pesos, no? And with that 1,000 pesos, I created a website. Well, for the 500 pesos, tapos yung 500, ginamit ko for the paid advertisements or FB ads. And in a matter of, 14 months or 15 months, we were able to get 30,000 students already with only 1,000 pesos nung nagsimula ako. And a big attribute of that, I can attribute it to copywriting. Bakit copywriting? Kasi when I first started it, all I had was one sales page. Yun lang, isang landing page lang. Tapos, nagpasok lang kami ng traffic. Tapos, ayun na, the rest is history. So, you see, even na nag-pre-sell lang ako during that time, we were able to get our customers' trust. Kaya nag-enroll sila. And probably that is one of the reasons kung bakit din kayo nag-enroll, di ba? You were probably na engganyo kayo din sa ad namin or sa sales page. Kaya, or posibleng nahatak lang kayo ng friend nyo na, uy, tara, mag-aral tayo ng copywriting. We might replicate the same results too. And that's okay. Kahit ano pa bang reason mo, that's fine. So, gaano ba ka-effective yung copywriting? So, let me show you some of my recent clients and personal businesses na din. So, here are just some. For example, we have one client na, ayan, we were able to generate 38,000 pesos in sales in just 10 days. So, I just created a one-page landing page, one-page website. And in a matter of 10 days, from June 20 to June 30, 2021, super recent, no? We were able to get this amount. If you're amazed with that number, don't be yet. Don't be yet. Kasi there's more. Like for example, this one naman, from July 4 to July 14, we were able to generate 79,000 in sales in 10 days lang din. This one naman, the whole month of June 2021, we were able to generate 230,000 pesos in sales. Tapos for some naman, 1 million in 3 months from April to June 30, 2021. And yung isa sa mga clients namin ay ito naman, 2 million pesos from June 1 to June 30. Ayan. So you see, these are all recent. And I've been doing it to my clients and to my personal businesses as well. So now you could maybe see a slight glimpse of how powerful copywriting is. Pero you see, copywriting really is just 25% of the big picture. Hindi siya yung malaking picture. It's not the only reason kung bakit tayo nakakakuha ng ganong conversion. Kasi when it comes to digital marketing, 25% would be attributed to your copywriting, 25% would be attributed to how you strategize on getting your traffic, and yung 50% nun would still mainly be about your offer. Kasi kahit na napakaganda ng copywriting mo, kahit na okay yung traffic mo, kung bagsak naman yung product mo, walang magre-recommend sa'yo. At tuwing mag-run kayo ng ads, palagi kayong ibabash ng ibabash. Alright? So, you have to have a good balance of all these things. Pero by now, you're wondering siguro, no? What is copywriting ba talaga? Well, copywriting is the art of writing words that aims to advertise for advertisements. So in short, copywriting is about writing words that sell. Diba? So, meron siyang two main classifications or types. This one is the creative and yung direct response. So, if you're not familiar with that yet, si creative, this one is mainly used for branding. Kasi better yung brand recall eh. While si direct response naman, this one is used to convince people to take action. Some of the uses ng creative, on the other hand, is taglines, viral posts, habang si direct response naman, ito yung ginagamit natin sa sales pages, opt-in pages, landing page, at even sa mga ads na nirarun natin. So, si creative, this one is used for branding, while si direct response is used for selling. So, you see, dalawang different na target sila. Dalawang main uses. And some of the examples ni creative copywriting is si Nike, just do it. Or si BDO, we find ways. Or SM, we got it all for you. Hindi ka na kinanta. Anyway, si direct response naman, ito yung mga buttons na nakikita natin usually na buy now, subscribe now. Pero syempre, maliit lang na portion yung button na yun. Kasi yung a huge factor nun would be yung headline, how you make your customers continue to read every single sentence na nakasulat doon sa sales page mo. So in this course, we will be tackling about direct response copywriting because our main goal here is to move people to take an action to whatever we are trying to tell them or whatever we want them to do. So I'm really excited for you guys to take this course kasi it helped me a lot. This skill, this high value skill, it helped me a lot and it has been consistently giving me at least 6 figures in sales on a monthly basis. Minsan pa nga on a weekly basis. So you see, if you can learn this skill well, I really hope that ma-replicate nyo rin to with your own ventures or even when you're offering this to your clients. Alright? So grab your pen and your paper or open your laptop and make sure that you write down notes. Kasi more than the head knowledge that we will learn in this copywriting course, I want you to take an action. I want you to write. Kasi that is the only way kung paano kayo matututo at kung paano nyo pa mas mahuhon yung skills nyo. So with that, welcome to the Coffee Copywriting course. Siguro by now you are thinking, para sa akin ba talaga tong copywriting? Ano ba yung reason kung bakit ko to gagawin? Well, if you don't have a reason yet, maybe you could copy my reason then. Kidding aside, let me tell you one of the main benefits of copywriting. Well, nakasulat dito benefits, pero isa lang naman talaga yung ilalagay natin dito. At ito yung one of the most important things. Copywriting drives profitability. Yes, profitability. Kasi whether you are doing this for your business or for your clients, mainly ginagamit natin yung direct response copywriting for profit for us to convince people to take an action. At later on, siguro iniisip nyo, uy, Pao, paano yun? Parang ini-invite ko lang naman silang mag-subscribe ba? Is it still for profit? Well, if you will look at the whole sales funnel, palaging meron siyang babagsakan na profit, palaging bebentahan or whatever man, subscription or kung ano man. So that is always the main goal of copywriting. You see, before I became the CEO of Coursebelt, meron akong full-time job and it's a corporate job wherein I became a marketing supervisor. And in that, yung ginagawa ko doon, yung main na role ko doon is actually sales. So I would go from one company to another. Tapos magpipitch lang ako na magpipitch ng product namin for a local B2B tech company by the way. Kaya mga kumpanya yung kinakausap ko during that time. At iba-iba yung mga posisyon. Iba matataas, minsan mabababa, minsan ipapasa-pasa ka kung kani-kanino. And I did that for over 3 years, no? And in that 3 years, I think I spoke to over 300 companies already. And that's where I actually learned my pitching skills na, uy, okay, ito pala yung nag-work sa mga tao. Ganito pala siya. So you see, even yung traditional na selling na ginagawa, yung pitching of idea, in my mind, naisip ko na, uy, this is like copywriting as well. Pero yung main difference lang, imbes na sinusulat ko, sinasabi ko yung pagbebenta. And the same principles could be applied both in copywriting and traditional selling. Always remember that. Bakit? Bakit kaya parehas? Kasi una, meron tayong, di ba sa traditional sales, ano yung una natin ginagawa? Or kahit nga ngayon ngayong pandemic ano yung unang sinasabi ng mga friends nyo kapag nagbebenta sila? Di ba, palaging merong sweet talk. Uy, kamusta ka na? How was your day? How has pandemic been treating you? At marami pang iba. Minsan magka-compliment pa. So you see, it's really part of the selling process. Palaging merong sweet talk. Tapos, after ng sweet talk, ano nangyayari? Bigla na ngayong ipapasok yung offer. Diba? Na, uy, okay, Meron pala akong product, ito siya, ito yung problems na sinasolve niya, etc., etc. Or kung nagugutom ka, bumili ka na ng binake ko na food. Diba? Mga ganung stuff. After nun, syempre, ito na yung time na mag-handle ka ng objections. So, bakit ba ako bibili nito? Although minsan, tinatanong nila sa'yo direkta na, uy, ano nga ba yung parang benefit nito? Magkano ba to? Tapos dapat ma-justify mo lahat para mapa-yes mo sila sa ino-offer mo sa binibenta mo. And lastly, nandun na papasok yung instructions. Okay, here's how you can buy. Here's how you can sell. Or here's how you can claim it. Here's the instructions. Ganitong date kami maglo-launch. Ganitong date namin i-deliver. So you see, itong process na to, itong traditional selling process na to, these can also be seen in copywriting, and we will go through that one by one later on. So for now, I want you to think of copywriting as a whole process. Okay? Katulad ng traditional selling, process din talaga siya. Hindi siya yung parang unang kita pa lang na, uy, sige, bili ka na. Hindi ganon. Merong tinatawag na relationship building. Alright? Kasi one of the main differences between pro copywriters and newbie copywriters is that yung relationship building na part nawawala. Gaano ka nakaka-relate yung customers mo or yung readers mo sa'yo or doon sa sales page, doon sa sales copy. Kasi the more na nakaka-relate sila, mas dumadali ang pagbebenta. Always remember that. Kaya copywriting is also a whole process. How do you get people to trust your brand in one sales page or in a few paragraphs or in a few sentences? That is the goal of copywriting. Kaya imagine, if you can learn how to copyright, how to write copy, you could do public speaking then. Kasi, bakit? Kasi kapag nag-public speaking ka, usually, meron kang ginagawang outline gumagawa ka din ng mga script mo minsan, or minsan, iniisip mo na lang yung, okay, ito yung flow, yung pagkakasunod-sunod na dapat kong sundan para mapa-keep ko sila na makinig sa akin, para hindi mawala yung attention nila from me. So that's how powerful copywriting is. Always remember that. While sinusulat lang talaga siya, words lang talaga siya, its principles, its foundations are very similar to those which are in sales. So once you learn this, marami kang pwedeng pag-a-applyan nito. Kaya yun yung main benefit of learning copywriting. Kaya tinanggal ko na yung S, kasi isa lang yung tinakal natin for this video. Ayan. So what are the uses of copy? By the way, we don't say copies, we say copy. Kasi copy is already a singular and plural form. Alright? So palagi niyang sasabihin, copy, copy, copy. Alright? So ano ba yung pinaggagamitan natin ng mga copy? Oh, well, one of the examples na meron tayo dito is advertisements. So, one of the main reasons kung bakit kayo naka-enroll dito kasi nakita nyo yung advertisements. So, that is a form of direct response copywriting. Another form is email. Na kikita nyo ba yung mga email newsletters, di ba? Yung iba, napapa-open talaga kayo kasi headline pa lang, email subject pa lang, napaka-catchy na. So, nakakurious tayo ngayon, kasi iniisip natin, ano kaya yung content nun? It's probably valuable. And we continue reading it, kahit nagaano pa yun kahaba. Next, we also have sales pages. Ito yun naman yung mga, kung saan kayo nag-enroll for this course. You can see that one pager na nandun na yung lahat ng details, course outline, nandun yung about the instructor, nandun din yung mga benefits of learning copywriting, etc. So, those are the things na pinaggagamitan ng copy. At meron siyang long-form copywriting, as in napakahaba, napakaraming pages, napakaraming words, libo-libo. At meron namang mga short-form na copy. Tapos, meron din tayong social media post. Usually kasi, iniisip lang natin, kapag social media post, okay na siguro yung kumuha ko ng quote online, tapos kumuha ko ng royalty-free picture, pagsamahin ko, lagyan ko ng logo ko, tapos okay na yon. Pero hindi pala ganon. Dapat, kahit yung social media post natin, lagyan natin ng copywriting touch. Kasi that will actually differentiate us from all the other social media pages out there. Kasi imagine, milyong-milyong Pilipino yung nasa Facebook ngayon and many more in the whole world. At napakadami din lalo ng Facebook pages. How will you stand out? You cannot stand out by doing what the others are doing. In order to stand out, you have to be different, you have to be unique. And that is why you have to apply copywriting even in your social media post. And lastly, sa mga product descriptions, dapat malagay din natin yon. Kasi ang dami nang nagbebenta ng pare-parehas na product. So how do you stand out? Kung pare-parehas lang kayo nang ilalagay, copy-paste lang, wala ngayong decision point yung tao. Yung titignan nyo na lang kung sino yung pinakamura. Pero if your price is a little bit higher than your competitors for the same product or for a similar product, then you should apply copywriting so that you can get the advantage again. Okay? So, siguro napansin nyo nung nag-enroll kayo dito, nakasulat, become a coffee writer or become a copywriter. Binura yung coffee. So, this one's also a form of direct response copywriting. Pero siguro iniisip nyo, yung coffee ba, Pao? Nakalagay lang yan for design dahil lang nag-match, dahil lang nag-rhyme siya somehow with copy. Kaya mo nilagay yung coffee writer. Well, you see, that is not the main na intent on doing that. Kasi my hope in this course is that you will be able to create a copy even before you finish your cup of coffee. Yun yung hope ko. And that is why in this course, squeeze in natin lahat. I'll tell you the strategies I am using in order to write copy in less than 1 hour. Pao, ang tagal naman uminom ng coffee. Bakit 1 hour? You see, when you go out, either on Starbucks, Tim Hortons, CBTL, or kung saan pa man, you don't spend 15 minutes or less drinking your coffee. You stay there, you either work, you chat with friends, etc. So you see, we are taking that length of time din na yun in order for you to create your copy. And syempre, a lot of people are really asking me, Pao, I don't have writing experience. Can copywriting still be for me? Well, it would depend on the person. As long as you are willing to learn, copywriting can be for you. Bakit can be? Bakit hindi is for you? Bakit can be for you? You see, it all comes down to your decision eh. How badly do you want to learn and how badly do you want to change your life with this high value skill? Diba? Kahit na wala kang writing experience, here is a good news. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Madami tayong swipe files or templates na paggagayahan or paggagamitan. Tapos, that alone, that is something na napaka-powerful na. Kasi as long as we know how to use them, as long as we know the reasoning behind that, makakagawa din tayo ng sarili nating copy, ng sarili nating sales copy. Alright? We don't have to reinvent the wheel because the current wheel is already working. And it will still work for many years and decades to come. So always remember that our main goal here in copywriting course is how do we relate to customers? How do we write words that makes them want to buy, that makes them want to take an action? So madami tayong paggagamitan talaga ng copy eh. And really, you see yung copywriting, this is something that can change your life forever. Why? Aside from it being a high-paying skill, this can also be applied sa kahit anong aspect ng life mo na related sa business, na related to communication, because every day, we are actually selling something. Probably we are selling an idea, we are inviting friends na, uy, dito tayo mag-hang out instead of dito sa place na to. And you are trying to convince them. And the principles inside the copywriting can be applied when you are persuading through your verbal words. Alright? You see, a couple of days ago, I saw a Facebook post and it goes like this. If you can go back in time and tell your younger self something, what would it be? And why? Diba? Mang Miss Universe yung tanungan. Pero kidding aside, I ask myself, when I was creating this copywriting course, na nga no, ano yung isang lesson or idea or concept na gusto kong sabihin sa younger self ko when he was starting out with copywriting? And do you want to know the answer? It's this: the 10 main reasons people buy. Yes, there are more specific reasons, pero these 10 reasons that I'm about to show you are the general reasons that encompasses all other reasons. So in short, lahat is derived from this set of reasons. So let's begin. Reason number 1, to make money. Kaya ang daming nai-scam na tao kasi a lot of people wanted to make money online. Well, like, let's say for example, with franchises, ito yung some of the popular products multi-level marketing products, or even those who are venturing out yung pagiging financial advisor. Ganun nila tinatap yung mga tao Okay, if you invest this X amount of money, you'll get insurance, you'll get protection, plus may investment ka pa. Diba? So, ganun yung way nila ng pag-capture ng market. So next, to save money, syempre kung gusto mong kumita ng pera, gusto mo din naman mag-save. So some examples of this ay yung mga cookbooks. Alam mo yung mga libro? Alam niyo yung mga e-books din? Imbes na bibilhin mo yung actual na physical book, you can just buy the e-book. Para discounted na. Mas maliit na yung babayaran mo. Or kung cookbook naman, ito naman yung imbes na magluluto or imbes na mag-order ka, magluluto ka na lang kasi natutunan mo na how mag-cook kung paano magluto Number 3, to save time. So this is my main reason. Whenever I create workshops, I want people to save time so they don't have to go through their set of failures, their set of, alam yun, of studying kung kaya naman nilang matutunan in a couple of hours. And that is the reason kung bakit ganun ko palaging pinaposition yung course ko. I'm not directly saying you will save time, pero in this short course, you will be able to learn what I learned, what I wished I learned when I started in this particular area or skill. Diba? And also, ito din yung nagiging barrier natin for entry minsan Kasi diba sa atin, we always fear failure. Pero when we are positioning yung product natin na makakasave sila ng time, parang sinasabi din natin na, hey, you don't have to go through the same mistakes I've gone through. I will tell you everything I know para you can create your own new mistakes. Kasi at the end of the day, everything is still trial and error Pero nalilesen lang natin ang nalilesen yung risk And it's inevitable. Di natin maiiwasan yung mistakes, yung failures. It's really a part of the process. Part siya ng success. So, lesson number 4, or reason number 4 rather, is to avoid effort. Bakit? Diba tayo gusto natin lahat nung mabilisan. Lahat gusto natin ng instant. Meron tayong instant noodles, meron pa tayong even nga sa dating minsan gusto natin instant na rin Kaya nagkakaroon na ng mga apps Pero when you looked at it, we just wanted to avoid the effort. We just wanted to avoid all the hassle. Kaya yun yung mga positioning ng mga kotse. Or even yung Grab. Diba? When you ride Grab, you are avoiding effort. You are avoiding na makakontak ka, makakome in contact ka with other people na makakatabi mo sa jeep, sa tricycle. You wanted all those hassles away Kaya ganito yung mga positioning ng iba't ibang businesses. Number 5, to escape mental or physical pain. Lahat tayo gusto natin ng relief Kaya majority na nandito, mostly mga medicine. Or minsan, ito rin yung mga self-help na books because we wanted to escape the mental pain or the mental na struggle we've been dealing with. Reason number 6, to get more comfort. One of the examples dito ay yung bed. Kama. Kasi kung tutusin, pwede naman tayong humiga na lang sa banig Pero, gusto natin maging komportable kung higa tayo sa kama. Pero parang common yata ng kama Well, let me tell you something else. You see, itong get more comfort, karamihan sa apps na meron tayo, ito yung main positioning nila. Kasi when you look at it, when you order food, you could actually call directly doon sa restaurant. Or you could go out, take out to go, di ba? Or mag-dine in ka doon. Pwede naman yun eh. Pero you want more convenience, you want more comfort. Para ilang tap-tap mo lang, darating na kagad yung food in a few minutes, may magde-deliver pa. So, yun yung mga positioning ng Food Panda, Grab, and the other na food deliveries out there. It's for you to get more comfort doon sa businesses nila. Number 7, to achieve better health. Some examples nito ay yung exercise equipment. Yung ibang examples nito ay yung mga multivitamins, ito yung mga supplements, and lahat ng about sa health mo kasi we all wanted to live long. Kahit sabihin mong nasa deathbed ka na, part of us would still think na, uy, if I could still live for another day, Lord, yes, please allow me to. Palagi tayong merong ganun eh. Although while acceptance is always there, pero yung sa natural na state ng tao, lahat tayo gusto natin mabuhay ng mahaba. Wala ka nakita na bata na nagsabi na, uy, pag lumaki ako, gusto ko hanggang 40 years old lang ako mabubuhay. Walang ganun eh. We all wanted to live long. Kaya ito din yung isa sa mga reasons why people buy. Number 8, to gain praise. So ito minsan nagiging part ng status symbol natin eh. So when we wear branded clothes, branded handbags, branded mask, lahat yan nag-contribute sa factor. Although this one is mostly for parang minor reason siya. Pero for luxury items, major reason yun. Kasi it shows how rich they are, it shows how powerful they are. Diba? They wanted to gain praise. Number 9, to feel more loved. Well, one of the examples why people buy a product or why people subscribe to a membership site, to subscribe to a club, is to actually feel more love, to have this sense of belongingness na tinatawag. Some example dito, syempre, ay yung Toastmaster. Although sila, yung main positioning nila is, if you join us at least twice a week every month, you will be able to speak better, communicate better, you'll become a better public speaker. Kasi Toastmasters is actually a club that helps, that helps one another to improve your communication skills. So, they do that on a regular basis. At syempre, dahil madaming tao yung ma-attend doon, nagkakaroon ngayon sila ng community, dahil tinutulungan nila yung isa't isa to improve, nagkakaroon ng feeling of being loved. Alright? And last but not the least is to increase popularity. Although, these are some of the minor reasons, pero katulad din siya nung sa gain praise. So, some of the examples dito na alam niyo yung mga advertisements na nakikita ngayon na if you buy this or if you go to this, parang, or be the first, di ba? Be the first of your friends to visit Palawan, halimbawa. Some examples, mga tour packages ito yung reason behind nun. Kasi they know that people wanted to increase their popularity by being the first. So, if people don't want to miss out, they will jump in. Tapos, and will join the fun. Diba? So, these are different positionings na kailangan yung isipin whenever you are creating a sales copy. Bakit? Kasi what you really have to do before writing a sales copy is list down the reasons why people will buy your product. So, out of these 10 reasons, ilagay nyo lahat. Tapos kung posible, i-rank nyo pa. Number 1 reason ito, number 2 reason ito, number 3. You can have as many as you want. Pero, as you are writing it down, you also have to make sure na ilagay nyo kung bakit. Like for example, with this copywriting course, people wanted to make money out of it. Probably as a freelancer offering the service, or pwede ding as a business owner applying it to their own products. Another reason why people will buy this copywriting course is that it will save them money from hiring a copywriter. So, imbes na mag-hire ka ng 30,000 pesos for a short copy na copywriter, you could actually do it yourself. And also, you could also save time by learning from an industry practitioner, from someone who has been there. So this one is really important before you write your very own sales copy. This is a foundational lesson na kailangan mong matutunan. At katulad nung sinabi ko kanina, ito yung isa sa mga lessons na gusto kong ituro sa younger self ko if I can go back in time. Kasi if you won't know the reasons why people will buy, shotgun approach yung ginagawa mo kung sino na lang yung tamaan. Pero, kung malalaman mo kung bakit sila bumibili, mas makaka-relate sila sa sinusulat mo. Always remember that. Our goal in copywriting is to relate with customers. And I will always repeat this over and over again para ito yung tumatak sa isip natin. Kasi yun na yung number one goal natin dito. Of traffic and why you need to know them. Huh? Pao, hindi ba isa lang yung traffic sa Pilipinas? Puro heavy traffic lang. Well, hindi yun yung traffic na pinag-uusapan natin dito. Kasi yung traffic na pinag-uusapan natin dito ay yung mga taong tumitingin sa ad mo or sa sales copy mo. And there are three main types of people, no, who are going to your landing pages. At ito sila. Cold traffic, warm traffic, pati hot traffic. Cold, warm, pati hot. So kung titignan nyo, para siyang nasa loob ng isang funnel at paliit sila ng paliit. Kasi probably si cold traffic, hindi lahat yan quality eh. So magiging warm hanggang sa magiging hot. Pero ano-ano nga ba yung main differences nila? So let me tell you their main differences. Una, si cold traffic. So these are those people who have a problem. Meron silang problema, pero they don't know that there is a solution already. So meaning, problem-aware sila, pero they are not solution-aware. Hindi nila alam na may solution pala. So these are people in your cold traffic. Right? So, kung meron tayong ganong klaseng tao, meron din tayong warm traffic. Those who are already looking for a solution, pero hindi ka naman nila kilala. So in short, alam na nila na may problema sila, naghahanap na sila ng solusyon, pero hindi kanila kilala, di nila alam na ikaw pala yung holder ng solution dun sa problema nila. Yun yung warm traffic. And lastly, we have the hot traffic. So these are people who are looking for a solution and already knows you. Diba? So, Pao, bakit funnel siya? Ibig sabihin ba, yung goal natin, dapat pababain sila into hot traffic? Yes, exactly. So, from cold traffic, iba-iba kasi yung way natin ng ng pakikipag-usap sa kanila eh. Siguro probably ngayon, no, nasa isip nyo, Pao, how do I really use this? Okay, alam ko lang merong 3 types of traffic, pero paano ko ba ito gagamitin? Well, you see, magagamit mo siya in 3 different ways, kasi 3 different types eh. There is no one marketing fits all. Palagi yung nag-iiba-iba. There is no one messaging fits all. Parang sa damit, diba? Sa damit, merong one size fits all eh. Nakalimutan ko na yung tawag doon, pero it's mostly for ladies, parang free size yata, or something similar. Pagdating sa copywriting, wala tayong free size, wala tayong one size fits all. Kasi dapat, iba-ibang level ng traffic, iba-iba ng messaging. So let's take an example for the copywriting course na product. For example, dito, for cold traffic. Okay, yung pwede nating angle sa kanila, since sinabi natin kanina na they are problem aware. Alright, dito. They are problem aware, pero they are not solution aware. Don't know that there's a solution. So kung alam nila na may problema sila, pero di nila alam yung solution, ganito natin sila kakausapin. Like for example, did you know that there's a process of selling using your words? Diba? And this high value skill is called copywriting. So for people who doesn't know copywriting yet, pero gusto nilang, alam mo yun, magbenta using their words, magbenta online using their words, nagtataka sila na, uy, bakit hindi ba ako nakakabenta? So pang cold traffic yung copywriting na gagawin natin. Alright? So, yun yung mga main differences. Pangalawa, paano kung alam na nila yung about sa copywriting? So, meaning, nasa warm traffic na sila kasi alam na nila na may solusyon eh. So, ano yung gagawin? So, yung gagawin mo dito, pwede mong sabihin, this is the most affordable copywriting course in the Philippines for only 249 pesos. Nakita nyo kung ano yung difference? Dito sa una, sa cold traffic, pinapakita natin, ini-introduce pa lang natin si copywriting. Pero, pagdating na sa warm traffic, sinasabi natin kung ano ba yung main difference natin sa ibang nag-o-offer ng copywriting services or copywriting courses. Kasi alam nila na may problema sila at actively silang naghahanap ng solusyon. So, yung gagawin natin is, how do we position ourselves to become the best choice when it comes to copywriting courses? So, dito, sa example na to, ginamit natin yung term na most affordable. Diba? And lastly, meron tayong para sa hot traffic naman. So, hot traffic, dahil kilala na tayo, dahil alam na nila kung paano yung feel ng mga courses natin, pwede mo nang sabihin na, hey, I just launched a copywriting course. Buy now or enroll now. Diba? Ganun ka-direct. So, iba't ibang level ng traffic, iba't ibang ng positioning when it comes to copywriting. You cannot use this one, yung I just launched a copywriting course, to cold traffic. Kasi yung una nilang tatanungin sa isip nila na, uy, ano ba yung copywriting? Hindi ko nga alam yun eh. Paano ako bibili? Kahit na pinapresent pa na sa kanila yung solusyon, kung hindi naman nila alam yung kung ano yung binibenta mo, wala rin. And that is the main reason kung bakit meron tayong different kinds of traffic. And you have to learn about this kasi all throughout the course, this is something na iisipin natin. Whenever you are creating your sales copy, okay, para kanino ako sumusulat ng sales copy na to? Is it for the cold, for the warm, or for the hot traffic? Kasi if you can answer that, if you can answer and determine the 3 types of traffic, your sales copy will be 100% better. Kasi you are individualizing yung experience ng tao. You are personalizing their concerns. Did you know that there is one most important thing in your copy? Yes, meron. Although lahat ng parts ng copy mo ay importante, mahalaga sila, merong isang pinaka-importante. And if you've guessed it already, well, tama ka. Those are headlines. Bakit headlines? Kasi yung headlines, ngayon, malalaman natin kung bakit headlines yung pinaka-importante. Kasi pag sinasabi natin headlines, diba yung unang pumapasok sa isip natin are newspapers. Ano ba yung newspapers na binabasa mo? Yung newspapers na binibili mo or binabasa mo ay yung mga merong magagandang headline, yung mga catchy para sa atin yung headline. Diba? So, ganun din when it comes to copywriting. Kasi yung headlines, this is the start of your sales process eh. If you cannot get them to read your whole sales page gamit yung headline mo, wala ding mangyayari. So, this one has to be the best na copy na meron ka, yung headline. And it has to be catchy enough para basahin nila yung next. Tapos yung next has to be catchy enough para basahin ulit nila yung kasunod, at ganun palagi. So, every sentence pala na isusulat mo, the main goal is to make them read the next sentence. Diba? Make them want more. So, ganun yung headlines. Another thing with headlines is that you should be able to target your ideal audience with this. Dapat dito pa lang, ma-filter mo na. Para kanino ba talaga tong product na binibenta mo? Kung para sa mga freelancers lang yun, halimbawa, para sa mga real estate agents, dapat pag nabasa nila yung headline, alam nila na para sa mga ganong set of people lang. So, it has to be specific. It has to be targeted. You have to target your ideal traffic. Also, dun din sa mga ideal na customers mo. Diba? So, there are different levels, and as you continue with the course, malalaman nyo kung ano yung iba't ibang levels na yon. Yung headlines din, this one is mainly used to get people to stop what they're doing and start reading your ad. Diba? Kasi si headline, dapat attention getter siya eh. Attention stopper eh. Ito yung tinatawag natin na pattern interrupt. Dapat pag nakita nila, kung nag-scroll man sila sa Facebook, dapat mapatigil mo sila. Yun yung isa sa mga main purposes ng headline. So, kung gagawin natin siyang meme, parang ganito. So, si customer yung guy, tapos yung ginagawa nila yung kasama ng guy na customer, whatever you're doing. Tapos si headline, it's dapat yung mga nililingon. Alright? So, think of it that way. Kung gagawa ka ng headline, try to read it in your mind. Try to read it aloud. Tapos tanungin niyo yung sarili niyo, will this make me lingon? Di ba? Mapapalingon ba ako kung maririnig ko to? Mapapatingin ba ako dun sa kausap ko? So, you have to be mindful of those things. So, okay pa, meron na tayong headlines, pero meron bang proper set ng headlines na gagamitin? Meron bang mga nag-work na headlines? Baka pwede kong gayahin yon. Yes, actually there are templates that you can download below. Pero here are some of the headline templates that we can use. Diba? So, number 1, how to get blank. So, example, how to get more sales. So, dito, pwede rin natin sabihin na how to get, let's say, more clients, how to get six-pack abs, how to get fit, and many other stuff. We also have 5 quick and easy ways to blank. Pwedeng to start working out. Tapos, pwede mo din palitan yung number, syempre. Kasi, pag naglalagay ka ng number, nagiging logical yung reasoning ng tao na, uy, yung ano kaya yung 5 na yon? Mas nagiging curious. And whenever you put numbers, make sure na odd numbers sila. Wag even numbers. Kasi mas catchy kapag odd numbers. Alright? So, pwedeng 3, pwedeng 5, pwedeng 7, pwedeng 9, 13, 11. So, those kind of numbers yung ilalagay mo. Another example is, how every blank can blank. For example, how every online seller can double their sales. So, ganun nyo siya titignan, di ba? And you can use these templates over and over again. Lalo na nag-iiba-iba yung market nyo, nag-iiba-iba yung product nyo. Let's take a look at some more. So, how to blank in as little as blank. So, how to become a freelancer, halimbawa, in as little as 7 days. Ayan. Headline templates, another one. This one is another variation. How to blank in as little as blank, even if you blank. So, you see, humahaba ng humahaba. Yung example natin kanina is how to become a freelancer in as little as 7 days. Here, we can even add some more, even if you're a complete beginner. Diba? So, dito, mas na-justify ng tao na, uy, oo nga no, para sa akin yata tong ad na to. And last set, we have warning. Here's what every marketer needs to know about Facebook ads. So, these templates are really fill-in-the-blank templates na magagamit mo talaga. Here's a perfect solution if you want to lose weight, halimbawa, or if you want to gain muscles, be more fit. Or kung ano man yung binibenta mo, if you want to parang attract more ladies. And lastly, we have this, my proven blank method to blank. So, my proven selling method to double your sales. So, you see, these headline templates, these are already working across different industries. Pero, Pao, pwede ba akong gumawa ng sariling akin kasi gusto ko maging unique? Yes, walang pumipigil sa'yo. Pero, katulad ng sinabi ko sa'yo kanina, you don't really have to reinvent the wheel eh. If something is already working, and it has been scientifically proven to work over and over again, don't reinvent the wheel. Instead, use it, tapos i-revise mo, lagyan mo ng personal touch mo. Kasi yun yung pinakamahalaga. You see, headline is just a tool to get their attention. Pero it's still your product that will make them decide kung para sa kanila talaga yon. Alright? So, part lang siya. So, you can download the templates below. Tapos, feel free to use any or all of them across your sales copy. One of the most neglected activities na ginagawa ng isang newbie copywriter ay yung paggawa ng persona, ng customer persona. Bakit? Paano ba yung customer persona? Well, for some newbies, minsan kasi ito yung nakakatamad gawin eh. Even when I started, ito yung ini-skip ko palagi. Kasi yung paggawa ng customer persona, you have to meet everyone. Bakit? Kasi dito, tinatanong natin yung question na who are your customers? Kasi not everyone is your customer. You have to find the who one. Diba? You have to find the one. Diba? Kasi the more you know about your customers, the more you can relate with them. And tuwing gumagawa ka ng customer persona, para kang gumagawa ng ganito, ng slam book. Ano ba yung mga gusto nila? Ano ba yung pain points nila? Ano ba talaga yung demographics nila? Are they old? Are they young? Tapos from there, are they male? Are they female? Are they parents? Single? Do they have kids? Etc. So you have to dig as deep as that para mas makilala mo sila. Tapos para mas ma-customize mo yung message na pinaparating mo sa kanila. Alright? Pero aside from making the customer persona, you have to remember these 4 letters. Ano yung 4 letters na yon? Una, letter P. Ano yung problems? So, this one is yung mga problem-related na. So, ano ba yung mga pain points nila? If you have this product, ask yourself, what are the pain points? Bakit sila bibili nito sa'yo? Ano ba yung problemas na sinusolusyonan nito? Kasi always remember that all businesses come from pain points. It all come from burdens. Alright? So, once na ma-realize mo na, uy, o nga no, ito yung pain point nila, ito yung gusto nilang solusyonan, dun mo makikita kung paano mo i-craft yung message mo. So, ask yourself, what are their pain points? After that, after ng letter P na problems, we have questions. What will they be interested in? Ano yung mga questions na tatanungin nila? So imagine, think of it this way, para kang gumagawa ng FAQs, frequently asked questions, tapos ilagay mo dun sa sales message mo, sales copy mo yung lahat ng posibleng itanong nila, dapat nasasagot mo lahat. Alright? Tapos, after ng questions, meron din tayong roadblocks. Why won't they take an action? Bakit hindi sila bibili? Kasi once na malaman mo yung reasons kung bakit hindi sila bibili sa'yo, pwede mo ngayong siyang ilagay doon sa handling objections na part. Pwede mong sagutin lahat all throughout your sales message. For example, hindi sila bibili sa'yo dahil mahal yung product mo. So, across your sales copy, pwede mong ilagay doon na, okay, my product's more expensive than others. Why? Because we use high quality na sofa, halimbawa, high quality na tela, na cloth. And tong high quality na tela nito, it allows your skin to breathe freely. It allows you to breathe freely. Kasi air will flow from the, alam mo yun, it will flow freely eh. Parang yung sa airism ng Uniqlo. So, kaya okay lang na mas mahal. As long as you can justify every single feature and the reason kung bakit mahal yung product mo, you would be fine. Alright? So, kailangan mong ipaintindi sa kanila. Kailangan ma-break mo na kaagad yung lahat ng objections, yung lahat ng tutol na meron sila. Alright? So, once you are able to create your P, Q, and R, your problems, your questions, and your roadblocks, usually we always expect for results kaagad eh. Akala natin ganun kadali yung process. Pero it's not always like that. Bakit? There is always this missing link. So, you see, when people or when business owners and marketers create parang ad copies, dumediretso kaagad sila to results eh. Pero what they don't know is that before it even gets to the result, meron pang sales copy. Dito na tayo pumapasok as copywriters. Kasi yung sales copy, it should be clear enough to answer all your PQRRs. So, PQRRs, problems, questions, roadblocks, and then results. Dapat malinaw muna lahat yan, tapos dapat ma-deliver natin lahat in one sales copy. Alright? Kasi the more it is clear, or the clearer it is, dun pa lang sa binabasa nila, tumataas yung conversion rates natin. Always remember that clarity provides consistency pagdating sa results. And when doing this, you really have to take your time. Because this is the reason pros, professional copywriters convert more than newbies. Ito kasi, the more you study about a certain market, malalaman mo kasi kung ano yung language nila eh. ano ba yung mga jargons sa ginagamit nila eh. For example, yung jargons mo sa medical field, ibang-iba pagdating sa jargons mo when it comes to the business field. So you have to be wary of that. Tapos, know when to use those jargons, know when to use these terms, these words, know when to use yung different positioning mo para malaman mo na, uy, kailan ko ba talaga to, kailan yung best time to use this? Kasi when you can answer that, that's when you know na you've created the right customer persona. Alright? Because yung customer persona, the more you know about someone, mas alam mo kung paano mo sila aatakihin eh. Mas alam mo kung paano mo sila mape-persuade to really take an action doon sa product mo. The perfect headline. Siguro by now, na-realize na oo nga no, ang dami nga akong nakikitang headline sa balita, sa radyo, sa TV, at kung saan-saan pa. At yun yung mga main reasons kung bakit natin pinapanood yung isang palabas. Halimbawa, isang babae na dunod sa kanal or kung ano pa man. Kapag meron tayo nakita sa magazine na, uy, 5 ways to slim down or to burn fat to get six-pack abs. Yun yung mga nakikita natin. Yun yung mga nakakakuha ng attention natin. Pero, ano nga ba yung framework for having the right headline? Tingnan ngayon natin. For today, what we will do is that we will tackle one framework. It's called the PPTE framework. Alright? PPTE. So, isa-isahin natin to. Pero before I show you the PPTE framework, I want to show it to you in action muna. So, this is an actual headline I use for some of our campaigns. So, sabi dito, how to run Facebook ads that generate sales in autopilot in less than 7 days, even when you're a complete beginner. O diba, napakahaba ng headline. Pero believe it or not, this headline alone actually generated 6 figures in sales already and is continuously doing so. You see, when we try to break it down, ayan, first, we can break it down with the 4 parts, yung PPTE. At yung unang P ay tinatawag nating problem. Ano nga ba yung problema? We should always start with problem. So dito, yung problem natin is how to run Facebook ads. Kasi kung titignan natin, yung lahat ng customers or lahat ng posibleng prospects for this product, for this headline, ano sila, probably nasubukan na nila kung paano magpatakbo ng Facebook ads. And they know, no? They know na minsan nagiging mahal yung binabayad natin for Facebook ads at minsan din naman wala tayong nakukuhang conversions. So, yun yung problem natin. Paano magpatakbo ng Facebook ads? And lahat ng product at lahat ng service, lagi yung merong problem na sinasolve. You just have to dig deeper para makita nyo kung ano ba yung main problem na gustong masolusyonan ng mga customers nyo. So, next, after problem, we have the promise, kaya PP. Ano naman yung promise dito? Here, it says, generate sales in autopilot. So, ito yung promise natin na kapag natutunan mo na kung paano magpatakbo ng Facebook ads, the next promise, yung next step, makakuha ka na ngayon ng sales. Pwedeng customers, pwedeng leads, in autopilot. Kasi you just have to set it one time eh. So, you see, dito, nakikita natin na na-visualize ng tao kung ano ba talaga yung pinapakita natin, kung ano ba talaga yung binibenta natin. Dahil ginamit natin yung term na autopilot. Di ba usually kapag sinasabi natin autopilot, ito yung mga, halimbawa, yung sa bagong kotse, yung Tesla, you could actually put it in autopilot mode and it will drive for you. And the same goes for airplanes and other aircraft carriers. Meron silang autopilot na mode, meaning, you just have to set it once, tapos continuous na. So, that is the picture that we are trying to paint in their minds. Autopilot. At syempre, yung promise din na generate sales. Kasi, sino ba naman yung ayaw makakuha ng sales, di ba? So, yun yung isa ding sinusolusyonan ng produkto natin. So, we have the problem, we have the promise, and then next, we have this, yung time. Gaano kabilis bago nila makuha or gaano katagal or kung hanggang kailan saan lang ba nila yun pwedeng kunin. So, dito, in less than 7 days. So, within the span of 7 days, they will learn how to run Facebook ads. And this time factor is really important. Kasi kanina nabanggit natin na one of the main reasons people buy is because they want to save time. Diba? If they can save time from studying for countless hours or days or weeks or months, big win na yun for them. Nasa-shortcut na natin yung process for them. At ganun yung nafe-feel nila. So, sa headline pa lang, dapat makita na nila yung ganun. And lastly, after ng time, we have yung eliminator. Ano yung eliminator? So, think of it as handling objections. Paano mo i-handle yung mga objections? Siyempre, yung most common objections dito sa example na to, ay paano yan? Wala akong experience sa marketing. Or hindi ako ganun ka-techy. So, pinag-isa na lang natin sila at nilagay natin na even when you are a complete beginner, pwede sa'yo tong course na to. Matututunan mo pa rin kung paano mag-run ng Facebook ads that will generate sales. So you see, it's a pretty long headline. There are some which are much longer. There are some din naman which are much shorter. Pero one thing you have to remember is that you have to include at least 3 elements. Alright? Pwede mong tanggalin yung time. Minsan, tinatanggal nila yung problem. Start ka agad sa promise. Or minsan naman, wala silang eliminator. Pero the more you use these 4 elements in your sales copy, mas magiging effective. Kasi you will be able to move your customers from prospects into a lifetime customers. And that's how powerful headlines are. Because itong headline, ito yung unang nakikita ng mga tao. Kung hindi mo makukuha yung attention nila sa headline pa lang, lalong-lalo na't hindi mo makukuha yung attention nila in your sales copy. Kasi, hindi sila magkiklik doon sa link mo, doon sa ad mo. Alright? To the roof. Okay, I know, you did not pay me to sing that song. Pero yung next topic natin is about that. Bang Bang. Ano ba? Bakit Bang Bang? Kasi pag-aaralan natin ngayon yung the bullet formula. So this one is mainly used for product descriptions. Kung online seller ka for Shopee, for Lazada, or even sa Facebook Marketplace, or kahit saan ka nagbebenta. This is something that you can use. You can also use this as a filler content. Ano yung filler content? Alam niyo yung parang sa mga notebooks, 'di ba meron silang tinatawag na filler notebooks. Ito yung mga refill, ito yung mga iipit mo sa gitna ng mga notebooks para madami ka pang pwedeng masulatan. So, ganun din yung filler content. Something that you can include inside your sales copy. Alright? So, magagamit mo siya for 2 reasons or for 2 main uses. Una, for product descriptions. The other one is as a filler content. So, bakit nga ba Bang Bang? Dahil bullet? Well, let's look, no? So, Bang Bang, di ba, yun yung sound na ginagawa ng barrel eh. Tapos, whenever you do that, napaka-deadly ng barrel. Meaning, high yung impact niya doon sa mga tao kapag tinamaan. Kaya nga may namamatay kapag tinatamaan ng barrel. So, this bullet formula, ganun din siya. So, kapag merong tinamaan or kapag merong nakabasa ng isang statement na ginamitan ng bullet formula, malaki din yung impact doon sa mga kabasa. And later on, you will find out kung bakit, no? Pero another reason is that napakabilis din ng bala eh. Di ba kapag bumaril, halos hindi mo makikita yung bala. Kaya nga mahirap siyang iwasan eh. Ganon din dito. Mabilis yun. So, same din ng concept yung ginagamit natin dito sa pagputok ng barrel at sa paggamit ng bullet formula. Pero before I show you what the bullet formula is, let us define 2 very important terms. At malamang alam niyo na to. So, yung una ay feature, pangalawa benefits. Diba? So, ano nga ba yung feature? So, ito yung part ng product mo or ng service mo. So, meaning, ito yung mga specs. Kung nagbebenta ka ng phone, example, halimbawa, 8 gig RAM. Or ito, kung kotse binibenta mo, 7-seater or 5-seater or 4-wheel drive. O yung mga ganong stuff. Pwede mo rin sabihin na low maintenance. So, this is anything directly about your product. Alright? So, ito yung tinatawag nilang white paper usually. Kung ano yung nakikita mo sa manual, ito yung mga features. Benefits, on the other hand, this one is the positive impact that it gives to your customers. So, lagyan natin ng benefit itong mga features na nandito. So, una, low maintenance. So, kung low maintenance yon, anong benefit yung pwede nating ilagay? So, kung low maintenance siya, you don't have to go to repair shops often, di ba? It is also non-techie friendly kasi hindi mo na kailangang ayusin eh. Hindi mo na kailangang I forgot the term eh. Hindi mo na kailangang ayusin ulit, di ba? Kung 8 GB naman yung phone mo, pwede mo yung isa sa benefits nun, you can play high definition games. Tapos kung 7-seater, it is perfect for family use. So, you see, parang dinedescribe mo kung para saan yung feature na yon. So, yun exactly yung benefits. And you have to understand that pretty well kasi yung benefits, these are the things that stick to your customers' minds. Always remember that. Yung benefits yung nag-stick eh. Kasi yung 7-seater, oo, na-imagine mo na, okay, siguro merong 7 upuan sa loob. Or yung 8 GB RAM, meaning ba, ano ba itsura ng RAM? 8 chips ba siya? Di ba hindi naman siya ganun? So, dapat makahanap tayo ng way para makarelate sila. And the way for them to relate is to use these benefits. So, ngayong alam niyo na yung difference ng features and ng benefits, I will now show you the bullet formula. At napakaganda ng formula na to. This is one of my most favorite formula sa buong copywriting na lessons na available. Ayan. So, dito, ito yung bullet formula. It blank, so you can blank, which means blank. Diba? So, dito, sa unang blank, ilalagay natin yung feature. Sa pangalawang blank, dito natin lalagay yung benefit. Tapos sa pangatlong blank, dito naman yung meaning. Pero, okay, Pao. Mukhang okay naman siya. Pero, paano ko gagamitin? Parang hindi ko naman basa-basa masisingit. Alright, so let's see how it works in action. So, I went to Lazada earlier. Tapos, meron ako nakitang isang product. Tapos, nakuha nito yung attention ko. Pero I think we could improve the product description by using this bullet formula. Tignan natin kung paano. Ito yung product na nakita ko. It's called Razer Siren Mini. I'm not sure if it's pronounced that way, Siren. Pero meron silang product details na makikita. Sabi dito, ultra precise, super cardioid, pickup pattern, professional recording quality, ultra compact build, condenser mic, heavy duty tilting stand, built-in shock mount, USB plug and play. O diba? Those are very impressive product descriptions. Pero in the mind of a normal person, some of them might not probably understand what supercardioid is. Diba? Sino ba naman nakakalam ng supercardioid? Kung meron kang isang teenager na makakabasa nito, posibleng hindi ito yung ipabili ng bata kasi, uy, ano ba yung supercardioid? Kapatid ba siya ni Superman? May mga ganong stuff. So, we have to make them understand without really losing yung main feature. And with this, we will apply yung bullet formula. It features so you can benefit, which means meaning. Alright? So, let's try. Kuha tayo ng isang feature. Halimbawa, ultra precise supercardioid pickup pattern. So, ano ba muna yung supercardioid? So, di ba, meron tayong mga microphones. Tapos yung mic, usually, parang pag ganito siya. Yung meaning ng supercardioid, ipipick up lang nung mic na yon kung ano yung nasa harap, kung sino lang yung nagsasalita. Kasi yung another type of mic is called dynamic. Dynamic meaning it gets everything around the microphone. So, it captures all noises, in short. So, yun yung definition ng supercardioid. Yun yung dahilan kung bakit maganda yung supercardioid. So, gawan natin ngayon siya ng bullet formula, no? So, feature, ultra-precise supercardioid pickup pattern. At yung bullet formula naman, it has an ultra-precise supercardioid pickup pattern. So, kinapi lang natin yung main feature, no? Tapos, ano yung next part? So, it can, di ba? So, it can record your voice clearly. Yun yung main use niya para maka-record ka ng quality na vocals. Which means there will be less background noise. So dito, binigyan natin sila ng context clues na if they choose a microphone with supercardioid pickup pattern, less yung background noise. Kaya magiging malinaw yung pasok or yung recording ng boses nyo. So you see, which one is more attractive? Itong ultra precise or itong nasa bullet formula? Well, it's for you to find out. Pero for me, I find this more attractive kasi I don't have to go to do a Google search and type, what is supercardioid? Tapos, I don't have to differentiate supercardioid versus non-supercardioid. Diba? Let's take another example. Nakasulat dito sa pangalawa, professional recording quality. So, tingnan natin kung paano natin lalagyan. So, it produces professional recording quality. I repeat, inulit natin yung feature na nakasulat. So, you won't need to go through the audio editing process. So, meaning di mo na kailangan mag-edit. Diba? Which means, it will be perfect for live stream or Zoom meetings. So, dito naman, pinakita natin na hindi mo na kailangan, dahil hindi mo na kailangan mag-edit ng audio mo, hindi mo na kailangan i-process siya sa Audacity or other audio editing software. You can use it directly for your live streams or even during Zoom meetings with minimal setup. O diba? Humahaba yung description, pero mas nagiging interesting sa mata ng customer mo, ng prospect mo. Kasi mas naiintindihan nila. And the goal of every sales talaga is to make them understand why they should buy your product. That is the main goal. Alright? So, let's take one last example, no? Yung ang lagay natin dito is heavy-duty tilting stand. Okay, kung normal na tao yung magbabasa nito, okay, heavy-duty meaning matibay, tilting, gumaganon-ganon, gumagalaw-galaw, tapos stand nakatayo. Let's try to put it in bullet form, no? It has a heavy-duty tilting stand, so you won't need to use additional clamps. Ayaw nga, no? Kapag natitilt mo siya, hindi mo na kailangan ng additional clamp para malagay mo siya somewhere, eh. So, which means, you can move it anywhere you like with less hassle. So, pwede mo siyang dalhin kahit saan. So, that's how powerful the bullet formula is. From a simple, plain product description like this one, we can turn it to something more interesting to read. At yun yung main goal ng copywriting. You have to make sure na babasahin nila yung kasunod, hanggang matapos sila yung buong sales page, hanggang sa maging customer sila. And yun yung the bullet formula. It, blank, so you can blank, which means blank. That is the bullet formula. Time to go to the first formula, ang tinatawag nating PAS. Ano nga ba yung PAS? But before we go there, yung formula is not exactly a template. Kasi diba kapag sinabi nating template, ito yung ginagaya natin word per word, eh. Ito yung fill in the blanks. Yes, maraming ganun online and we will be providing fill in the blank templates as well. But the concept behind those fill in the blank templates are these formulas. Alright? And I want you to understand these formulas really well because these are the key ingredients. These are the elements of a sales copy. So, these formulas really are meant to be used as structures. So, kung halimbawa, meron kayong isang fish, yung fishbone, yun yung structure. Yung template, yun yung mga laman na nasa loob ng fish. So, remember that. And the secret in copywriting talaga is not in the words you use, but in the direction you lead them to. And yung formula is the perfect example of bringing a customer from being a prospect, from being a lurker, up to converting them into a customer. So we are leading them towards the sale. That is copywriting. So kung paano natin sila nililid, using yung types of traffic. So from cold traffic, gagawin natin silang warm traffic, at gagawin natin silang hot traffic. Diba? So, ano nga ba yung PAS? At bakit yun yung una nating sales formula? PAS stands for problem, agitate, and then solve. And this one is really best used for sales pages, whether long form yan or short form. Pwede ding ad copy, pwede ding email, pwede ding social media posts, at pati mga product descriptions. Okay? So, let's take a look at an example. Ay yung, kapag sinabi kasi natin structure, naalala nyo ba nung mga high school tayo or grade school? I remember my grade 3 teacher taught us how to write an essay. Tapos sinabi niya lang, kapag gagawa ka ng essay, 3 main parts lang yung kailangan mo. You need an introduction, you need a body, and then you need a conclusion. So, these are structures. Ito yung backbone natin. Ito yung pinaka-framework natin. So, here, yung pinaka-framework natin is problem, agitate, and then solve. Ano-ano nga ba yung differences ng tatlo? Si problem, dito mo i-define kung ano yung problema. Kung anong problema yung sinusolusyonan ng product mo. Agitate, pag sabi natin agitate, you have to make it worse. Kailangan mong palakihin yung problema nila, pabigatin yung problema. Kasi kapag mabigat na yung problema nila, tumataas ngayon yung pagkagusto na masolusyonan yung problema na yun. And that's where solve comes in play. So, you solve it by presenting your product or your solution, di ba? Para masolusyonan nila yung problema nila. So, let's take an example. For example, meron tayong isang product. Ano yung problem ng product na yun? Una, pwede nating sabihin dito na if your dog barks or acts like it's going to bite other people, this is something you have to control immediately. Diba? Pinapakita natin yung problema na kung malakas tumahol yung aso mo or tahol ng tahol or hindi mo makontrol or parang aggressive sila, you have to control it immediately. Pero, hindi pa natin pinakita kaagad yung solusyon. Kasi yung gagawin muna natin ay ilalagay natin si agitate. When we say agitate, we have to make it worse. How do you make it worse? If you don't, you'll have to pay the victim's medical fees and go through all the hassle of ensuring everything's okay. Kasi, ima-manage mo yan lahat At dito, pinapakita natin na you have to lose something. Ano yung malilose mo? Una, yung money mo, finances, and pangalawa, yung comfort. Kasi you have to go through all the hassle of ensuring everything's okay. So, once na mapabigat mo na yung problema, tumataas ngayon yung need for your solution. At yung solution natin is this. Lucky for you, there is now a solution. Introducing the complete A to Z dog training guide ebook, which helps not only for aggression, but also dog tricks. Diba? So, dun sa solution natin, hindi lang natin sinabi na masosolusyonan yung aggression ng dogs. Nagbigay pa tayo ng bonus, yung dog tricks. So, that is how you use this PAS formula. You have to present the problem, make them understand what their problem is. You have to agitate, you have to make it worse, in short. And lastly, you have to present a solution. You have to solve their problem. Include a bonus when you can. So, that's how you use a sales formula number 1, yung PAS. Sales formula number 2, ang BBB. Okay, ano kaya ang definition ng BBB? So, BBB stands for benefit, benefit, benefit. And this one is best used for fillers in between your content. So, ito yung mga sinisingit natin in the middle of our content. Pwedeng in the middle of the sentence, pwedeng in the middle of our ad copy, and many more. In the middle of formulas, pwede din natin ipasok yun. Or you can also use this when you run social media ads or when you write social media ads. Kasi maiksi lang Tapos, this is something na pwede mong ulit-ulitin. Diba? Pero may napansin ba kayo dito sa benefit, benefit, benefit? So, same word, pero 3 beses siyang naulit. And there is a reason behind kung bakit 3 beses siyang naulit. Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na the power of 3. And this is what every great communicators use at least one point during their speech or whenever they try to convey a message, yung power of 3. Kasi sabi nila, kapag ginamit po daw yung power of 3, mas na-emphasize mo yung bagay na gusto mong sabihin. Alright? Let's take a look at an example. One of the people that I look up to when it comes to public speaking was Barack Obama. Kasi a few years ago, when I was still in college, nag-aaral ako, okay, paano ba mag-speak yung mga great public speakers? And I saw Barack Obama's speech, and many times in his speech, he used the power of 3 to convey his message. At dahil doon, nai-inspire yung mga tao. At kahit na minsan, magkakaiba yung ideas ng nung tatlong bagay na sinasabi niya, nag-work pa rin. Let's try to look at an example. Sabi niya, during in one inaugural speech, homes have been lost, jobs shed, businesses shuttered. O, diba? Tatlong beses niyang sinabi or merong siyang tatlong ideas at na-emphasis na bigyan ng the end. Mas naging dramatic. So, that's how you use the power of 3. Tignan pa natin, what about before? Si Abraham Lincoln, sabi niya, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hollow this ground government for the people, by the people, for the people. Or this ground government of the people pala, by the people, for the people. You see that dalawang beses niyang ginamit sa loob ng isang sentence yung power of 3. At mas nabigyan ng the end, di ba? Mas naging dramatic nga talaga. And last but not the least, let's look at Steve Jobs. So this one naman, ito yung speech ni Steve Jobs during one commencement exercise in Stanford University. While he was telling the story, nung nalaman niya yung news na meron siyang pancreatic cancer, ito yung realization niya. Sabi niya, it means to try to tell your kids everything you thought you'd have the next 10 years to tell them in just a few months. It means to make sure everything is buttoned up so that it will be as easy as possible for your family. And it means to say your goodbyes. So, diba, nakikita nyo na mas nagkakaroon ng dramatic effect whenever you use the power of 3. And this is something that you can use as well to your advantage. Whether you are speaking, whether you are writing copy, or even when you are writing your emails, magagamit mo yung power of 3. At kung nabigyan ka naman ng chance to speak in public, you can also use the power of 3 if you want to catch their attention, if you want to emphasize something, or if you want to end your talk. You can use the power of 3. And did you see what I just did there? I just used the power of 3. Kung di nyo napansin, rewind lang kayo ng a couple of seconds back at makikita nyo na, ay, oo nga no, pwede ko nga pala talagang magamit yung power of 3 anywhere. Pero paano ba natin siya gagamitin in our sales copy? Tingnan natin yung ginawa natin kanina using the PAS formula. Problem, agitate, solve. Try natin lagyan ng BBB, ng benefit na formula, itong solve. Kasi sabi natin kanina, na filler content si BBB eh. So, meaning, it's something na pwede nating ilagay sa loob. So, let's take this solve for example. Ayan, so kung dati, luckily for you, there is now a solution. Introducing the complete A to Z dog training guide ebook, which helps not only for aggression, but also dog tricks. So here, kung lalagyan natin ng BBB, pwede natin gawin ganito. Luckily for you, there is now a solution. So if you want to train your dog, teach him some great tricks, or even have a lot more fun with your pet, then you need to check out the complete A to Z dog training guide ebook. You see what we did there? In-insertan lang natin ng BBB formula yung solve, and yung copy natin mas gumanda na. Kasi napakita natin yung benefits in 3 major ways. And hindi lang siya limited to benefits ha. You can also put it in struggles, yung pains, or even during the agitate part. Pwede mo din siyang insert. Alright? You just have to find a good angle that will complement your entire message. And that's how you will master the BBB formula. BAB, or yung tinatawag nating before, after, and bridge. Alright, so BAB is mainly used for sales pages, either long or short, for ad copy, for emails, for social media posts, and even product descriptions. Pwede din nating ma-apply ito. Alright? Pero ano nga ba yung BAB, no? So, BAB, yung una, yung before, this is something where you start with the current situation. Ano yung kalagayan ng customers mo ngayon? And then, you should include the pain, yung reason nila for unhappiness, para makarelate sila. They have to, alam mo yun, personify muna yung nakasulat dito. Kailangan nilang ma-absorb muna kung ano yung pinapakita mo. And then, after that, you put after. So, instead of showing the product right away, sabihin mo muna sa kanila na ito yung pwedeng maging ikaw. You can tell them what's coming ahead. And this one is actually called pre-framing kasi you are showing them that you too can be in this position. So you are painting a picture of their solved problem already. Tapos dahil na-picture out na nila, dahil na-imagine na nila yung sarili nila doon, you have to tell them yung bridge. Pwede mong sabihin na, here's how you can get there. This is our product. Diba? So, let us see yung BAB in action. How do we really use yung BAB formula? So, here, before, kanina, yung dog training na ebook yung binibenta natin. So, let's use that here as well. So, here, before, nakasulat dito, your dog's not listening. You're worried that he might get loose and run down the street. Or maybe run into traffic and get hit. Diba? So, pinapakita natin na ito yung current na sitwasyon nila ngayon. Hindi nakikinig yung mga aso nila. After, now imagine what it would be like to have your dog listen to you. Not because he's scared of you, but because he loves you. Just walking without a leash or maybe even doing some cool tricks. So, dito pinapakita na natin yung picture in their mind na naayos na yung problema nila. And then, syempre, kung napakita na natin yon, we have to show them yung bridge. How will they get there? Here's how you can get to that point. It's called the Complete A to Z Dog Training Guide ebook, which helps to train your dog, teach him some great tricks, or even have a lot more fun with your pet. At diba, ginamit din natin yung 3 na the power of 3, yung benefits, benefit, benefit. And that's how we could use the before, after, and bridge in here. You see, katulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, yung secret in copywriting is not really in the words that you use, but in the direction you bring them to. So, dito, sa before-after bridge, saan ba natin sila dinadala? We want their problems to be solved using our product. And that exactly is what we're doing. We are pushing them from a cold traffic to becoming a warm traffic hanggang sa maging loyal customer na sila. And that is sales formula number 3. BAB. Always remember, before, yung current situation nila, yung after, yung pwede nilang mapuntahan, and lastly, yung bridge. How will they go to the after? How will they go to the promised land? You have to take this route. Favorite parts in copywriting is storytelling. So dito, I will teach you the type of stories you can tell people. And you can use this for social media posts or even as filler content across your whole sales copy. So ano ba yung tatlong main types ng stories na pwede nating kwento sa kanila para makuha natin yung attention nila? So una, we have myth, we have misconceptions, and then we have yung mistakes. Pero parang magkakaparehas lang sila. You see, tuwing gumagawa tayo ng social media posts, ano yung una nating naiisip? Yung una nating naiisip, okay, kukuha ako ng quote online, kukuha ako ng royalty-free photos, pagsasamahin ko, and then I will put my logo, and that is a good enough social media content. Yes, that's right, that's good enough, and nagiging hit siya. Pero if a lot of Facebook pages are doing it, how will you stand out? You have to use these 3 main types of stories, yung myth, yung mistakes, and even yung misconceptions. Pero ano ba yung mga differences nila? So, una, yung myth. Ito yung mga people, di ba lahat, merong mga taong naniniwala sa mga myth. Ito yung mga untruth na pinaniniwalaan ng mga people, na pinaniniwalaan ng mga tao. So, you have to debunk this myth. Bakit? Kasi every time na you debunk something, you spill the truth out of something, mas nagiging viral siya eh. Kasi i-intriguing sa mind ng tao. So, some of the things na considered as myth ay yung Greek mythology. Diba? Yun yung example ng myth. Next, we have misconceptions naman. So, kung si myth kanina ay mga untruth, si misconception naman, ito na yung mga incorrect ideas about something. Ayan, let's remove yung untruth kasi this one should be part of the myth. Ayan. So, incorrect ideas about something. So, naniniwala sila na yung idea na yun ay tama. Diba? And here, you have to clear up these misconceptions and false belief. tapos correct their understanding. Alright? So, one example here ay the earth is flat. So, this is one common misconception kasi ang dami nilang scientific facts na pinapakita na flat yung earth. Well, I won't argue with you about that one, pero that is something na one of the most common misconception that we have until this day. And lastly, we have these mistakes. Here, you have to point out where other people are wrong. Kasi diba, kapag nagturo ka na, uy, hey, mali yung ginagawa mo or mali yung sinabi mo, nagkakaroon ngayon ng intriga. And that's what make viral post viral. Dahil merong intriga. Or, kung ayaw mong mag-point out ng iba, why don't you point out your own mistakes by telling your experience? Kasi mistakes are the most powerful between the 3 M's because nobody wants to make mistakes. Kaya nga kung meron kang makikitang article na nakasulat, this is the number 1 mistake every entrepreneur make. Mapapa-click ka talaga kasi gusto mong malaman na ano nga ba yung mistake. Or this is the number 1 reason why people fail at something. Mapapa-click ka, di ba? Yung sa mga ganung headlines. Kasi ginagamit nila yung mistakes na idea. So, meron tayong myth, meron tayong misconceptions, meron tayong mistakes, pero ano nga ba talaga sila? Yung greater concept nito is that they are emotional burdens. It actually relates to our emotions, to our feelings. Kaya every time na meron tayong na-encounter na ganito, naiintriga tayo. So, a few days ago, I actually changed my profile photo on my Facebook page na Paolo Speaks. And it got a good traction, no? We got some good number of likes and even engagements. Ang dami ding nag-comment. And what people don't know is that I use this 3 M's when I created that social media post. Hindi nga siya social media post talaga Description lang siya ng profile photo. So let me show you how it went, no? And let's break it down. So first part, ayan. Some of you guys might have known me from the online trainings or speaking engagements I do. And most people would say, wow, 25 ka pa lang, sana ganyan din ako katalino or kagaling. But most people don't know is that it's just the tip of the iceberg. So here, we broke the first misconception na akala ng iba, it is attributed to talino, to galing, pero it's not the whole picture. Kaya yun yung first misconception. And let me tell you why. At 16, I worked in a fast food chain with the best price for 1 week, only to find out that physical work is not for me. So dito, pinakita ko yung mistake. Ano yung mistake doon? Yung mistake doon is that I thought that I can do yung mga physical work na ganon. Pero it's something pala na ayaw ko talagang gawin. So, dun ko natutunan. Kunento ko yung experience ko. So I went online, looked for jobs I can do with my laptop, and became a freelance writer who earned $1 for every 500 words. So, nilagay ko siya na myth dito kasi before, I didn't know that it's possible to really make money online and until I experienced it when I was 16 years old. So, at 18 naman, I asked myself, if I could write for other people's blog, why can't I write for my own blog? Kasi dati, akala ko, dahil 16 pa lang ako, wala akong credibility to create my own blog. So, naging misconception din ulit siya. So, next. So, I made a blog about blogging. A few months later, someone offered to buy it and I accepted. That's when I realized that websites can be sold. So, misconception ulit. At 19, I offered web development services to small businesses internationally. And it was when I first learned how to sell because, let's face it, who would trust a 19-year-old teenager with no formal background in web development and hasn't even graduated from college yet? That is another myth. Kasi akala ko walang mag-hire ng isang 19-year-old student Kasi syempre, madaming competitors na mas professional, na mas malaki yung experience. So at 20, while still in college, I was given the opportunity to speak in a university org about marketing. I remember so clearly, right after I was introduced, I cracked a joke and only one person laughed, myself. Diba? That's another mistake na I shared on this social media post. And spoiler alert, I love doing it now. At 21, when I graduated from college, I was hired as a marketing supervisor and led a marketing team for a local B2B tech company. I then asked my classmates who were better at me in some areas to join my team, so our skills would complement each other's. We would then pitch our product from one company to another, talking with different levels of people in the corporate ladder. And we did that for 3 years that I think I've stepped foot in almost every building in Ayala. So kanina, sinabi natin na all these things are emotional burdens. Kaya nagsingit na tayo ng struggle. At 24, in the middle of the pandemic, I was burdened to see my friends losing their jobs along with many other people in the news. So ayan, burden siya. So I asked myself, how can I help? I knew that I couldn't feed every hungry Filipino, so I decided to teach them how to fish instead. So meron na naman ako nilagay na myth na we could not feed every hungry Filipino. Pero we could do our part, diba? By teaching them skills I learned in freelancing, so they too can get jobs online. It's been over a year since I started it, and we've taught over 26,000 Pinoys with countless success stories. I am currently 25 now, and nope, it's not my birthday today, and I'm very excited to see where God will bring me. If there's one thing I learned over the past 9 years, ever since I started working, it's this. You have to win your battles daily. Diba? Yun yung mistake. Kasi if there's one thing I learned, yun yung sinabi ko. So meaning, I made that mistake in the past. I repeat daily. Yun naman yung misconception. You have to do it daily. You don't win the war by winning just one battle. Diba? So you have to win the battle against procrastination, against laziness, against self-doubts, against imposter syndrome, and whatever else you are battling with. So go read that book, start that vlog, try that new venture you've been thinking of, because you'll never win the war by giving up every day of battle. And remember this, as long as you're breathing, the only way you'll lose is when you give up on your dreams. Another misconception right here. Diba? Kasi a lot of people would think na, uy, kapag nag-give up ako, that's the end of it. And if you're feeling lost right now, here's a life hack I learned from the Bible. But seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Matthew 6:33. And I made that post in less than 10 minutes, I think, or less than 15 minutes. Pero you see how we use these emotional burdens. Kasi when you are able to relate yourself with other people, kapag nakita nila na, uy, somehow similar yung struggles namin, if they see how vulnerable you are, your post or whatever you are trying to convey becomes more personal. And trust and credibility is built there. Yes, it's okay to say yung struggles mo. Yes, it's okay to say yung mistakes mo. Kasi the reason you are here right now, the reason you are presenting your product right now, is because you had the same problem before. And if you knew that you had that problem before, diba? If you knew na there's this product that can help solve your problem before, you might have used it sooner. And that is what we are trying to preach whenever we do copywriting. This product will solve these problems. And these are the types of stories you tell people. Whether this is for social media posts, for sales copies, or even when you're just speaking with friends if you want to inspire people, these are the types of stories that will matter. Kasi they want to avoid your mistakes so they can get ahead of their lives sooner. Video, we will be talking about how you could sell by creating content. Ayan. So, ano ba yung content? So, content is anything that contains information. Always remember that, alright? So, we actually have 3 methods that we will go through. Una, yung freebie method. Next, we have the full tutorial. And then last but not the least, we have the thirst for more. So, ano ba muna tong freebie method? So, this is when you give something for free that will eventually lead them to a purchase. So, una, ito yung mga nakikita natin na gumagawa ng ebook, online course, webinar, report, templates, at marami pang iba. Tapos, binibigyan nila ng libre. Pero in order to do that, bago nila ibigay yon, need mo na mag-sign up to an opt-in page. And yung opt-in page na yun yung doon ka maglalagay ng first name mo and email address, and then they will be sending you all the details via email, electronically na lang. Alright? Tapos, mapapansin mo doon, after a couple of days, makaka-receive ka na ngayon ng email marketing campaigns nila. Pwedeng daily, pwedeng every after 2 days, or depende sa schedule nila. And eventually, no, sa pinakadulo nun, you will be receiving an offer. An offer to yung related doon sa freebie na binibigay nila. So, that is the freebie method. And a lot of people are actually doing this. Bakit? Kasi it's effective. Kasi, kung mapapansin natin, kapag nagbigay ka ng something ng libre sa tao, iisipin nila na, uy, oo nga, kung ganito naka-valuable yung free na product ng taong to, probably yung paid offer nila mas maganda. Diba? So, this is the first one, no? Pero in order to do this, you need to have an opt-in page. Pwede mo siyang gawin with WordPress or pwede mo din siyang gawin with MailChimp. Kasi with MailChimp, you could actually create landing pages from there. Tapos, kailangan mo din ng email marketing automation na service. And good kung MailChimp yung gagamitin mo. Pero pwede ding iba pa, pwedeng Sendinblue at madami pang email services out there. I'll just list it down below. So, you would actually choose the best one for you. And then lastly, you need to have a product landing page. Bakit? Kasi at the end of the marketing campaign, doon naman papasok yung produkto mo. So, paano mo ngayon siya ibibenta? Pwede mo siyang ibenta using WordPress website. Pwede din namang Shopify or pwede din namang ibang platforms kung saan pwede ka magbenta. So, that's the freebie method. Yung next method naman natin is full tutorial. So, dito naman, sabihin mo sa kanila kung ano yung dapat nilang gawin. Bakit nila yung kailangan gawin. Tapos, ibibenta mo na ngayon yung solusyon. Eto, kung gusto mong gawin to, this is the solution available. Kapag ganito naman, you could actually create an ebook, an online course, katulad din sa freebie method. Pero, yung pinagkaiba, this is something you can use when you don't have a website. Bakit? Kasi direct mo nang binibigay sa kanila yung offer So, with this, you could actually create a Google Drive lang wherein people can download your content. Tapos at the end, nandun na yung mga mode of payments mo. Pwede ka rin gumamit ng email marketing automation like MailChimp, lalo na kung gusto mong i-streamline yung process. At syempre kasi with MailChimp, they actually give 2,000, up to 2,000 na contacts na libre. So, kung mapapansin mo na below 2,000 naman yung initial na iserve mo na customers, that would be good for you as well. Okay din naman yung Zoom. Kasi if you are creating a webinar, pwede mo siyang gamitin. Tapos at the end of your webinar, sabihin na lang na, okay, these are the details. Kung gusto niyo mag-avail, right away, pwede na kaagad. So, instant yung delivery natin dito with full tutorial. And lastly, we have thirst for more. Bakit thirst for more? So, dito naman, yung strategy nito, ituturo mo na yung step by step na kailangan gawin ng tao. In short, itutulungan mo na silang solusyonan yung problema nila. Alright? Pero, make sure na dapat ito yung hard, yung manual, pati yung long way of doing it. Kasi yung pinaka-offer mo dito would be yung shortcut ng process. Kasi nabanggit natin kanina na a lot of people or all people want to save time. So kung gagawin nila yun for 2 hours, tapos pwede naman nilang gawin in less than 30 minutes using your product, that is already a win-win situation for them. Diba? So this is also a good way of giving quality content without giving away anything that would prevent them from buying. Kasi alam nila na okay, binigay mo na yung solusyon, pero meron pang mas madaling solusyon. And that sparks curiosity sa mind ng prospects mo. Kasi mapapaisip sila na, if I will do this every day for 2 hours, why don't I just avail the product, tapos gawin ko na lang in less than 30 minutes every day? That would save a lot of time. Pwede ko nang gawin yung hobbies ko during the remaining 1 hour and a half, etc. Pero siguro iniisip nyo ngayon, ano yung differences niya? Parang pare-parehas lang naman Let's take a look, alright? So when it comes to freebie, yung offer is delayed. So customers go through a series of marketing emails first before they get to the actual product. So pwedeng 5 days yan, pwedeng 2 weeks, depende sa nag-offer. Pero when it comes to full tutorial and thirst for more, pinapakita ka agad yung offer at the end of the content. So that is one main difference. Pero meron pang isa. When it comes to freebies, yung strategies nito is kept secret. Kasi dahil libre nilang binibigay ito, kailangan nilang itago yung secret strategy na yon para may aabangan pa rin ng tao. Pero when it comes to full tutorial naman, only a part of the strategy is revealed. So parang puzzle naman siya. Tapos yung missing piece ng puzzle, yun yung ibebenta mo as your offer. While yung thirst for more naman, binigay mo na yung buong strategy. Pero, yung main difference naman nun would be kung gusto mo ng shortcut, i-avail mo tong offer. So you see, this one works really well on content products, on information products, and this has been in the marketing game for quite a long time. Diba? And lastly, with freebies, yung main strategy, yung offer. Sa full tutorial naman, yung missing piece ng strategy, ito yung offer. While sa thirst for more, yung shortcut to the strategies is the offer. So you see, when you are actually introducing your free content, you have to mix them with your stories. Kasi stories, lahat ng tao nakaka-relate sa stories eh. And kung mapapansin natin, almost all great speakers, they always start with stories or they make sure na merong stories included within their speaking engagement. Kasi they know na yung stories make people listen. Bakit? Anong proof behind that? You remember when we were young, palagi tayong pinagkwentuhan ng parents natin, pinabasahan ng mga storybooks, at yun yung something na dala natin even when growing up. So you see, even while we are young, we are already wired to be attracted with stories. And this is something now we could all use as marketers, as copywriters, whenever we create copy. Always use your stories because stories stick to people's mind more than your product. Alright? So that's everything about selling by creating your content. This famous internet quote that says the only purpose of an ad is to get the right people to click and the wrong people to keep scrolling. At diba, ang ganda? Yung only purpose daw ng isang advertisement, whether on Facebook, Google, YouTube, ay to get the right people to click. Sabi, right people, tamang tao to click, and the wrong people, maling tao, to keep scrolling. Dapat i-ignore to ng wrong people. And here in this video, I will be telling you the only purpose of an ad. Right? Kasi, di ba, kanina, nabanggit natin na yung formula for success in selling online is 25% copywriting, 25% traffic, and 50% product. So, yung copywriting na part, ito na yung ginagawa natin, ngayon yung pinag-aaralan natin. Yung 50% na product, yun yung binibenta naman natin. Pero yung traffic, bakit nga ba importante yung traffic? Kasi you see, kahit na napakaganda nung copy na ginawa mo, kung hindi ka naman makakapag-push ng quality people into your website, your landing page, wala rin bibili. And sometimes, you might even think na, uy, may problema ba sa copy na ginawa ko? Sa sales copy na ginawa ko? And I don't want you to think about it that way. That's why palagi kong inuulit na it's always about copy and your traffic. Kasi right people plus right copy, that will actually bring more sales to your product, to whatever you are offering. So you have to know both. You have to have at least some knowledge on both para ma-complete mo yung formula. And dahil doon, actually I created a Facebook ads course which I launched a couple of weeks ago then. And this one dito sa course na to, dito ko mainly tinuro yung strategies na I was using and I am still using up to now. Kasi over the span of last year alone or the past year alone, I spent over 6 million on Facebook ads, 6 million pesos on Facebook ads. And those are all profitable campaigns. Oo, merong some campaigns na not so good, pero palagi namang nababago with better campaigns, which is why we were able to scale it up to 6 million pesos. Pero, ano nga ba yung itsura ng isang 6 million pesos na ad campaign? At siguro, kung isipin nyo, with that experience, what makes people click? Diba? It's really curiosity. And I will tell you why in the next few slides. You see, when I first launched my first ad last year for my own business, ganito yung itsura niya. And this one actually generated 7 figures in sales in less than 3 months. Wow, less than 3 months, 7 figures tong ad na to. Parang hindi naman ito yung pinakamagandang ad na nakita ko online, na. Parang super plain niya. And I would agree with you na this is not the best looking ad there is. Pero, this is the ad that converts more than professional looking ads. You see, I've tested several graphic designs. I've tested several variations of this ad. Pero this one proved to be the best ad for the target audience. And I will tell you why. Let's break it down. No? So, una, meron tayong dito makikita na yung offer. And yung offer dito would be the WordPress and Marketing course. At napakalaking image niya, no? Tapos next, yung pangalawang mapapansin ng tao dito would be the price. Uy, $199 lang. That's a steal, di ba? Tapos, syempre, dahil nandiyan yung price, yung next na makikita nila yung original price. Before, it was $2,999. Tapos, naging $199 na lang. So, you see, dito makikita mo na kung paano nag-work yung copywriting eh. Just in this ad alone. Tapos, lastly, nandyan yung logo, which is, ito pa yung lumang logo ng course, which is too bad, by the way. And, finally, yung short description. This is a complete online course. So, these are the parts of the ad, of a 7-figure ad. And it continued to be a 7-figure ad, no? Even for the remainder of its life, no? Ad na yun. Bakit remainder of its life? Kasi nagkakaroon din ng ad fatigue na tinatawag when it comes to Facebook. So, kapag nakikita na ng tao yung ad na to, yung nangyayari ay nagsasawa sila. So, kailangan mo nang palitan yung creative. And you don't really have to add all of these parts, but you have to understand the elements behind it. Kasi for example, yung short description pati yung offer, yan yung promise natin sa kanila. Yung next naman, yung price, original price, pati yung sale price, at yung price. And last element would be yung logo and yung pinaka-creative mismo, which is yung feel. Your ad doesn't have to look good, but it should be able to relate to your target customers. That is something that you always have to keep in mind. It doesn't have to be the most beautiful looking ad, pero it has to resonate with them, diba? And since the target of this ad is mass market, so less professional looking ads work better. Kasi alam nila na, uy, mukhang Pinoy yung gumawa nito ah. So dahil ganon, mas nagiging open tuloy sila. And that is one of the main reasons kung bakit some foreign companies are having a hard time penetrating the Philippine market. Kasi they are still alam mo yun, using their current creatives, their current positioning na ginagamit nila with other countries, probably first world or second world countries, dito sa developing country like Philippines. And I will show you a couple more ads no, that actually generated sales really well. Like for example, this basic public speaking course, it generated 6 figures in less than a month. This WordPress and Marketing course, ito yung new variation nung ad na pinakita ko sa inyo kanina, new version rather. Kasi nagkakaroon ng ad fatigue, so after a couple of weeks or a couple of months, you have to create another ad. So this one continued to generate 7 figures in 2 months time. This one generated 7 figures in 1 month, 6 figures in 2 months, not bad. And finally, itong copywriter course generated 6 figures in 2 weeks. So you see, the only purpose of an ad is to get people to become curious enough para i-click nila yung link going to your landing page copy. Tapos yung landing page mo, sila na yung bahala magbenta. So that is something that you should always remember. The only purpose of an ad is to get the right people to click and the wrong people to click, to keep scrolling. How do I know it works? Well, you are currently enrolled to this course right now and watching this video, so it really works. So that is something that you have to keep in mind. You don't have to serve all the people in the Philippines or all the people in the world. Kasi if you are selling to everybody, you are really selling to no one. Pero if you know who your target market is, alam mo kung sino yung binibentahan mo, di mo na ngayon mapapansin kung ano-ano yung iba pang klase ng tao, kung saan sila magiging interesado sa product mo. No, because your current market should always be enough when it comes to selling your own products. And that, my friend, is the only purpose of an ad. Kasi once you learn how to position your ads, your creatives, your copy to the right target market, that's how you will generate sales.